What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live at 11 a.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/theofficial ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG Reviews. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Drew here, tuning in today with Scott Savage. Scott, what's happening, buddy?
I've gone from samurai to ninja, but
there we
I'm
go.
not sure if we should speak too much about that. Video incoming.
Yeah, that is. So we're jumping back in time, Scott, to a time where it almost feels like Tenchu days, but we'll get to that one later when everybody can tune in and watch Inside the Game, the weekly show. But for now, that's right. I'm Drew, where you can find me over on Twitch. Oh, actually, you can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. And Scott, you can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, coming up on today's show, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 could be coming sooner than later. Vanguard, however, underperformed as fans didn't want to go back in time once again, and Gotham Knights could be bringing more players to the table. Are you ready for that, Scott?
Oh, there's a couple juicy topics here that I have an opinion about.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely got a good show today. Let's get into it. As rumors, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is set for early June this year. The reveal is just around the corner. This comes from Michael over at PSU. Activision plans to lift the lid on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 in early June, according to a pair of prominent inside leakers. First up, Tom Henderson, dude, a legend within the industry, who is a reliable source when it comes to all things. Absolutely, dude gets more sources than anybody, I think, at this point. He's when it comes to Battlefield and Call of Duty, has heard from sources that Modern Warfare 2 see a trailer featuring the campaign footage soon. Scott, are you excited for that?
I really am, actually. I very much enjoyed the Modern Warfare reboot for the single player. Now, interestingly enough, about a week ago, we were talking about this. I had gone back into the multiplayer because I was getting kind of tired of Cold War. I've just played a bunch of that.
Yep.
And I really did not like the Modern Warfare multiplayer, and it just didn't have that magic. So I'm hoping they'll kind of reshuffle that, and we'll see a little bit more of a Modern Warfare 2 of old days return.
Kind of like the Halo return.
What Halo's trying to do, they're not quite hitting the mark. So I hope this has better luck. But also the main storyline, I'm so curious as to, is that going to follow its own thing? Is it going to be right at the beginning, will it begin right at the end of Modern Warfare? Or am I going to see Hudson and Ghost again?
Well, that's just it. Hopefully we'll find out soon, though. But according to rumors, we'll find out in June with the campaign footage. Then it'll be followed up by a gameplay trailer at the event E3 that was supposed to be sometime this year. But now it'll be known as, well, we all know E3's just shifted to Summer Games Fest. So that's what
just about.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting a little more specific. Go ahead.
I'm really excited I just thought about it. The way I would intro Modern Warfare 2, if they come in and I just hear the voice clip, remember, no Russian. Then I know it's the Modern Warfare 2 of forever ago.
No, that's for sure. But getting a little bit more specific, fellow Call of Duty leaker, the Ghost of Hope, claims the military shooter will be unveiled via a trailer on June 2nd. Obviously, none of this has been confirmed, so it's all speculation, but take it with a grain of salt. One notable, very well-known leaker, Tom Henderson, is not normally wrong, Scott. Let's put it down.
I don't think he's allowed in many developers' studios. He's well-known enough to know that this may be legitimate, and also the man will pass the information on.
Well, that's just it, right? When you become a leaker of knowledge like Tom Henderson has, he's built this name for himself now, right? Like we cover Tom's articles here all the time because he's got all this leaked information. So it allows us to kind of do our thing, basically cover the news and then speculate upon that news. So when he gets into big topics like this, and he always hits them from an insider, like industry insider, do you how many people go, oh, not that Tom guy again, right? He struck us again. That's disappointing, I'm sure, for some, but others, I imagine, exciting.
He probably has Jeff Keighley on speed dial, but everybody else probably doesn't want to divulge too much.
No, absolutely. But dude, you're obviously pretty excited for the whatever Modern Warfare 2 brings to the table.
I believe that's coming with Warzone 2 as well. And it's been probably over a year now since I played Warzone, so I'm hoping to get back
Uh,
into that, but I'm not so interested in it in its current form.
how about the Vanguard, Scott? Because let's get into Call of Duty. Vanguard underperformed because no one wanted a World War II game, says Activision.
Oh, well, I have a reaction right off there. World War II would have been fine if you used the actual Great War, not the one with laser guns and red dots. And
yeah, no, for sure. This one comes from Don Peppiet over at VG247. Activision's latest Call of Duty effort, Vanguard, didn't have a good start to life. Earlier this year, it was reported that the game enjoyed 36% fewer sales than its predecessor, Black Ops Cold War. Dude, Cold War, I love Cold War. I thought it was fantastic.
Cold War was a really good hit.
Absolutely. In the UK in its first few months on sale. It's funny how it only works that we only get numbers out of the UK. That's where everything gets based off of. And then the US and Canada just doesn't seem to matter. But that's where all these figures come from, right? Because they still keep track of all the charts over there. But a report by inside gamesindustry.biz suggests that the game sales were down 40% year on year, and even anecdotally, there's less coverage and chatter about Vanguard than Call of Duty game of the past 10 years. Despite all that, yeah, that hurts, doesn't it, Scott?
Yeah, I guess even Ghosts and Infinite took a lot of heat, so that would have been a lot of speaking of it.
I remember when Ghost came out, people were not thrilled with Ghost. Did you play Ghost?
Okay, people were so mad about Ghost, and I ignored it for a while based on that kind of public perception. Yeah. And then when I finally got into it and the shuttle doors opened up and you float into space with your NASA-styled weapon, I was in. I had goosebumps. I was in.
Nice. So you actually liked it.
Space Force.
Yeah, well, despite all that, a new annual report from Activision has stated that the reason for Vanguard's lower than expected sales was down to a lack of innovation in the game and in that World War II setting. Dude, when we reviewed Vanguard this year, I said we've been here, we've done that already, and that was one of the biggest problems, right? When we had played the game.
That was your biggest comment, I think, was, well, is this really different? But
no.
Oh, then you get to the part where you're Lady Nightingale scaling the walls like it's Mirror's Edge. Well, that's never been done, but I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, for that time period, that setting, I think we're all a little just exhausted from that. Do you look forward?
It was cinematically really good, but when it came to the gameplay, it was just more of what we've seen already.
Okay, so now there's rumors, right? Everybody's talking about how Activision and the Call of Duty franchise could take a year off. You think that's advisable? Do you think they do need to take a break, step back, kind of take a look at the market, look at what they're building upon, and maybe just settle for a year or two?
I think more time would be a good idea at this point, because I'm not sure if the number is listed here, but this is like the 18th or something Call of Duty year after year. It's gone on a little too hard, in my opinion. And if they take a year off, I don't think they're going to experience less sales. I think that'll just translate into more hype for the newest release, whatever it is. If the Call of Duty ever is falling back on hard times, they always have one money printing machine, and that would be the World War II game, World at War. That was Call of Duty 5, and in my opinion, and I don't think I'm alone here, best Call of Duty ever made. I don't know if they'll ever top it.
Wow, that's pretty big there, buddy. Pretty big. I don't know about that one.
Just quickly, it was the birth point of the zombies mode. It had multiplayer throughout the entire game. You could just add a couch co-op buddy.
That's awesome.
You could bring that couch co-op buddy online with you as a guest. It just blew it out of the water.
So it really did elevate everything, right? And then now we get into Vanguard, where it's more the same, and that's the biggest problem with Call of Duty year after year after year. Dude, Call of Duty now becomes, now granted, there are multiple studios working on Call of Duty, but Call of Duty becomes into the sense of almost like a sports game, right? Okay, new game next year. New game next year. We just talked about MLB The Show on the show, and it was one of those things. Yeah, it's good, it's great, it's always been great, but it's not enough to push it forward. For me, big focus this year feels the same.
It feels like an update.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's almost like that live service experience, where I think that's where baseball, MLB The Show, NHL, and FIFA should probably move to this live service where they just keep the updates coming, right? Maybe they charge you $10, but they just keep updating them. Instead, they go year after year. They'll try to push in new ideas and stuff. dude, the road to the show in MLB is boring. It's still the same thing. I played this 5 years ago, and that's a problem now. And this is where Call of Duty rolls in. It's the same thing over and over. Oh, we're gonna go back to World War II. Yay! Right? That it was almost like a tumbleweed. We went by as they announced it, because everybody's like, "Man, we've been here already." So where's the new stuff? They need to take the Ubisoft approach with Assassin's Creed and cut it and take a break.
I've just thought of another idea for Call of Duty.
What do you
Big
got?
Red 1, number 2. Again, a World War II game, but this was the best Call of Duty until World at War. And that was back on GameCube. That's where I played it in way long time. I think that game came out in 2004, but that set the mold for what would become the yearly release. And it's kind of unfortunate now. We're seeing a clone of a clone of a clone, and there's a little bit of a breakdown happening now.
Absolutely.
But you've also got me thinking in terms of the sports games, MLB and the whole EA suite. You could take all those games and make it maybe like the way they do the Olympics. This year, it's hockey. Then it's this, then it's this, then it's this. That way we don't get 2022. Everyone gets a new version. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know it gets a little exhausting, right? But I know the sports fans, when it comes to their sports, dude, that's what they wait for every single year, right? Corey wants that next NHL. Honestly, I'm looking for that next MLB game, but isn't enough to push it forward. They always take little upgrades. Here, this looks a little nicer. That has a couple extra features. Road to the Show actually got some more features this year, but not enough to really push it forward. It's still got the mundane announcer that gives you, the coach is coming to talk to your player now, blah, blah. I was like, oh man, it's still here. Like, why is it still a thing? Yeah, but dude,
you need that hockey announcer. I forget the man's voice now, but the one. Holy Machina! You can make anything sound exciting.
Dude, it's good when you're playing the game, like when you're actually in the stadium, right? You got all the fan cheering and the chatter and all the banter and stuff. It's fantastic. MLB The Show is easily the best baseball game ever made. It is fantastic. However, it's just not enough pushing forward each and every year, and that's the biggest thing. But Scott, let's push forward into Gotham Knights, as the store page suggests. The game might now have, dude, you ready? 4-player co-op. I'm so down for this.
That's actually really cool.
Oh,
Gotham Knights is the one that I'm actually excited for. The first Batman property that I'm excited for. Movies included.
You're awful.
I know, man. I have the unpopular opinion.
Very unpopular opinion. This is horrible. Man,
I do want to see the new movie. I saw it just to see how Rob Pat handles them.
You know, actually, I was impressed. I was really impressed. He's not my Batman, but dude, I thought he pulled it off. I'm like, huh. You know, you kind of see, what's that movie he's in? Twilight, whatever.
Yeah,
yeah. So it was.
Does he sparkle?
No, he doesn't sparkle. Actually, he's really dark.
They should have thrown dark. One little Easter egg in there just for a moment. He sparkles.
Just cling. It's no,
just to acknowledge it.
Let's get going. Gotham Knights might let you play up with up to 4 players online, despite so far being advertised as allowing 2-player co-op. Dude, that was the biggest thing, right? The game was announced.
That's already really cool.
It was co-op, but only with 2 people, 4 per team, like scenario. But you can only swap out between whoever you didn't have access to and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. But the biggest thing for me now is I thought, when you have 4 people like this, why wouldn't you give the accessibility to have 4 friends hang out and play that game, right? We've seen a big push in this live service experience and allowing you to bring in 3, 4, or 5 people.
3s. Well, at least have a squad of 3s. That's the normal standard now.
Yeah.
And as much as I don't like that and I wish it were 4, 3 is a nice consolation.
Yeah. At the moment, Gotham Knights is only meant to let you play with one other friend online, but PSN's store page for the game has recently been updated to say that it, quote, supports up to 4 online players with PlayStation Plus, end quote. This came via Reddit. It reiterates the point that differentiating between support for offline and online maximum number of players, with offline only allowing 1 and online allowing 4. So far.
Oh, okay.
So, dude, we'll see if this is just like a misprint or if this is actually going to happen. But I'm pretty excited. This one, it goes on with the Court of Owls. Never read the comics about the Court of Owls.
No,
I heard it is fantastic.
I'm not familiar with Court of Owls, but I do know that name. I know it's one of the very popular side lines, side threads of story.
Huge.
Is it Red Hood, Robin?
Yep.
And is it Batgirl?
Yep. And who else is there? There's one other.
Who's the fourth now? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I
Mm,
think Red Hood is the one I'm
your
gonna
most?
name.
Yeah, you think
Yeah.
so?
Well,
It's
I really like the
dude.
Robin characters. They have much more of a compelling story, in my opinion. But again, I have the unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Honestly, it looks better to me. Gotham Knights looks better than Suicide Squad. That might be
Yeah.
unpopular opinion as well. But I was more excited for Gotham Knights than I am for Suicide
Well,
Squad.
I
So
don't know if the movie Suicide Squad did anything for anybody.
oh, that's
So
horrible. That's a horrible movie.
it was one of those where maybe I shouldn't say this, but a friend and I, we sat back, we watched it, and it was funny. It was a
Oh
funny
yeah,
experience.
no, it was comical, right, to watch because it was like, this is bad. Dude, they did two of them. I didn't like either one of them, but I do. What I do like though, Scott, is Splitgate. As a Splitgate Pro Series welcomes Amazon Prime Gaming as a new presenting sponsor and onboarding. Ready for this? Luminosity, SSG, E United, T1, XSET, and Moist Esports to Pro Team roster. Here we go.
That is
1047
an
games.
awful esports name. I have to just point that out.
No,
that word doesn't bother me necessarily,
Nope.
but it's not what I would name something.
Definitely not. But here we go. It's funny because we were just talking about Splitgate yesterday. I think it was on the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, where did that game go? Here we are. I got a press release and 1047 Games, developer and publisher for the free online portal shooter Splitgate, announced today that Amazon Prime Gaming has joined the Splitgate Pro Series as its presenting sponsor, produced by Logitech G Esports Services. And the Splitgate Pro Series increases its 2022 prize pool to $500,000. Buddy, they're getting there. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Quote.
Oh, that's a big enough number there for a game that I'm concerned is just kind of fading away.
Well, that was the biggest thing, right? We were a little concerned that it was just kind of tapering off and no longer really around, and nobody's really talking about it. But the Prime Gaming team is passionate about supporting the incredible players in the world of esports, and we're looking forward to the kickoff this summer season of the Splitgate Pro Series. This was Andrea Cutright, head of global marketing at Prime Gaming. Scott, I'm going to, as of right now, dude, I'm jumping on Twitch. All right, I'm going to go to Splitgate.
How many views does Splitgate have right now? Because
that is the question.
Yeah. Now, in my dreams, I have a perfect combination where the portal gets thrown up on a wall and a Titan from Titanfall comes through. That's the combination that I want to see, but I think that's based on my love for Titanfall. But Splitgate hit me right in the same spot where I thought, okay, Halo can take a little while longer. I'll be okay.
I didn't go to the category, but they do have 70,000 people following them, which isn't bad, right? Considering all things considered.
Though there's other topics we've talked about. There's a lot more than one concurrent player.
Oh man, Babylon's Fall was just that was mind blowing to me. And we also talked about how it was from Platinum Games too, which is one of the biggest surprising. Yo, Trek to Yomi has 1.5 thousand viewers. There's a shout out to that game. But if I scroll down the list though, Scott, I don't even see Splitgate on here.
No.
Right, and that was one of our biggest concerns: is where is Splitgate right now? Where is it on the list when it comes to viewership, people watching?
Well, if there's no popularity, we're not going to see that campaign mode come out, and I really want to see that.
What do you think that entails? If you could do a Splitgate,
I'm sure it's going to have a lot of really gimmicky, cheesy Portal moments in it, but that could be good. Like, I'm thinking of the combination of Halo 3 and Portal 2.
Mm-hmm.
You put those together, and it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Dude, there's people watching it. Not a lot, but there's people on there.
Okay.
It does look kind of quiet, though, I gotta be honest. It's a little on the silent side. But Splitgate, dude, that was a fun game. When it came out, it was hopping, man. I was on it. We were all on it. We were playing it. I know it didn't really hit home with Nate, which is a little unfortunate, but we did have a blast. Yeah. Scott, one game you have a blast with is Titanfall. So let's get going. Another rumor up about is Titanfall 3 pre-order appears at GameStop in Germany.
That's almost as good as Walmart Canada.
Titanfall 3 has reportedly become available for pre-order at multiple GameStop stores within Germany. That is according to multiple users within Titanfall's subreddit. Coming via Exputer, it's been noted across the past number of weeks that a number of people, namely users and just a bunch of other users. Mr. Shadow 001.
Namely, users is very hard to read.
Yeah, have been able to pre-order the game off of the shelf, even going as far as to being able to put money down to secure the order. What is going on here, Scott? Can we really get in this?
I would put down like $300. What are you gonna do?
That said, placeholder cases are typically far from confirmation a game is coming, but it is at least a little curious that the game is seemingly at GameStop's database and money can exchange hands for it already. Scott, very hopeful, man.
I have to put a pause there because I used to work at Blockbuster, and that is a bit of a flex there. But we never had boxes on the shelf if the game was not coming out. You know, if we knew, I think it was Iron Man 3 was coming out at the time.
Okay.
There was no Iron Man 4 just sitting ready to go, not until it was confirmed and we had a shipment on the way. So this is very helpful for me. Now, I don't think a shipment's on the way. I think there may be an announcement, you know, hopefully before I have gray hair. But it just tells me that if there's data in here, somebody has moved it along. That's not an accident, not from what I can see.
Do you think we're getting another single player story, or is it just back to multiplayer only?
That's hard because I really think it needs a single player story.
Me too.
Because the second one had it and all the fans loved it, but it didn't hold that much weight in the multiplayer side. There's still people playing to this day, but it just wasn't the same. But then since that, they've launched, you know, Apex Legends. That's online only, of course, and everybody seems to love it. So it really could go either way. I'm really hoping for a campaign, though.
Yeah, I'd love a campaign, honestly, if that came with one. I think that'd make a lot of sense. I think it would really work well and carry over. But apparently, when Respawn launched it, dude, not a lot of people played the single player campaign for Titanfall 2. And that's a big concern, right? Moving into the next one. I pre-ordered
it, played it on the hardest game setting, like the day it came out. I loved it.
Oh, it was good, dude. I had a blast. I really enjoyed it.
I'm going to have to get a Titanfall tattoo. You know this.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Dude, you have to swipe Nate's Titanfall statue.
That's the one that I actually want. I've thought of this several times.
Dude, it's
a couple times when I was in his house and I had to wait outside.
Absolutely. Scott, we're almost there at the end of the show. We've got a few minutes, but I want to get to the top charts right now. One of the biggest games around currently over in the UK, because that's where all the sales numbers come from apparently, is the Nintendo Switch Sports. Coming in at number 2 was Lego Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga. Scott, everybody can catch that review on this week's episode of Inside the Game.
Yeah, not a terrible surprise there. That's a big hot seller.
Absolutely. Number 3 is my game of the year, Horizon Forbidden West. 4 is Mario Kart 8. 5 is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. 6, Pokemon Legends Arceus. And number 7 is Elden Ring. Number 8, Scott, come on. Why, dude? Who doesn't own this? It is GTA 5. Come on. So, like, everybody owns this game by now.
But it's now up to 121 frames per second.
Now. We did buy it again, so we helped with that number right there, I'm sure.
Yeah, I still blame you for that, for my purchase.
Dude, number 9, wicked game, Sifu. I love that game. I absolutely adored that game. And then number 10 is Minecraft on Switch. That's something to take note of. That's a weird one.
Minecraft on Switch and Mario Kart 8 are a surprise to me on this list.
Yeah, but we do have a couple releases today. Scott, what do we have?
We have Euden Chronicle Rising. I think I said that right. That is on the Xbox series of consoles, including the Xbox One, and it's on PC. There is Salt and Sacrifice on PlayStation 4, 5, and PC. This War of Mine Final Cut is on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S. And Unpacking is on PlayStation 4 and 5 now.
That is awesome. Dude, this War of Mine. Did you play that? Have you played that game?
No, I've seen a little bit of it, but no spoilers because I know it's impactful.
It's very impactful. Dude, it's a depressing game. It's great. It's fantastic, but it is so depressing. It's one of those games you want to play, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know if I can really play this anymore.
It's about the civilian toll in times of war. It's a little too on the nose for me right now.
Well, I think, it kind of weighs a little too heavy in the hearts right now. But dude, that's going to wrap up today's show, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can join us every day at 11 a.m. Eastern over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as YouTube at ITG Reviews. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca, podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, I'm Drew, that's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.